The question of where does the responsibility lie in the media is more important now than it has ever been. Considering the recent events in the news, it is prudent to be on top of our news scene. At St Ambrose College, advocacy is a core value. We must stay informed about the genuine issues that people face. Yet many news sources only focus on what will get the most traffic. While this is understandable as business practice, is it more important than reporting the less flashy but more serious topics of the world? For young people who will go out into the modern world, it is important to understand the value of the media, as well as what news can do to alter our perceptions of the world. How often are we bombarded with useless or misleading information at the expense of vital news?
Since 1988, climate change because of human actions has been a global issue. What's worse is since then, the world's only gotten hotter. As a future generation, we feel these issues need to be corrected, and soon, as it's only going to get worse. Our strong sense of accountability in our school makes us feel it's our responsibility to help all of humanity, not just ourselves.
Despite this, the last memorable time that climate change was on the front cover of a newspaper was to mock and ridicule activist Greta Thunberg in 2019. Whilst it is easy to blame the tabloids, we also must look at the attitude of the public. The general public seemed to want that kind of story, which is arguably wrong. In order to make a positive change, the media should discuss the reality of climate change, regardless of whether or not that's what the public wants to hear.
In 2019 to 2021, the world was devastated by the deadly COVID-19 virus. As young people, it affected our education, as we were stuck in online school, whilst for our hospitals, medical staff were overworked and under intense levels of pressure. Many people took to social media to voice their views on COVID, which led to a rise in false information, which made it hard for government guidelines to be followed.
Ethically, the spread of misinformation is a detailed topic. Initially, it is easy to blame people who spread the false news. However, one could also say that they didn't mean to harm anyone. So who is accountable? Arguably, it would be the responsibility of the social media sites, such as Twitter, since they are the platforms that false news is spread on. Even though it wasn't intentional, they should be held liable, seeing as social media sites should have been more aware of issues like this happening, since they are mostly a place for free speech. Issues such as the mass hysteria in local supermarkets could have been avoided if it wasn't for this.
We have explained the lack of coverage by the media of pressing issues such as climate change and the COVID crisis, which are contemporary examples of pressing world issues.
The media have clearly, in both examples, acted irresponsibly, and as a result have brought away from the reality of these issues, although they aren't solely the ones to blame.
This begs us to ask the question, is it social pessimism towards these issues that gives the media the right not to pursue the moral high ground?
We believe the public is responsible, as it is their duty to care and show compassion for the world.
We as young people care about these matters as they will have a major influence upon our future. As part of our school ethos of advocacy, it is the duty of the public and us as young people to raise awareness around these issues which are struggling to make it out in the media. Perhaps the current code of ethics isn't enough. Perhaps we need more virtues in place in order to combat this.